It was Lala's birthday this weekend.
Right.
Right. How do you feel about turning 21?
Oh, I actually feel super old.
You
like
do?
The fact that I'm legal now in the States, right?
Yeah, that you can drink.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm not a teen anymore. Like I wasn't a teen like last year too, but I feel like 21 is like an age where you're like an adult.
Right, it's like a milestone.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
I don't
big
like
one.
it though.
You don't like it?
Yeah, because I feel young.
You are. You're barely 21.
21 is pretty young.
But I feel like my mind is also kind of pretty like childish still. But it's fine. We're all gonna get used to it, right? You guys are gonna turn 21 soon.
Well,
Very
Lee's next.
soon.
Yeah, I'm next.
You have like a month.
I know. And I'm going to Vegas, baby, as soon as I turn 21.
Crazy shit.
Vegas to do what?
Ooh, I don't know, but what happens in Vegas
Stays in Vegas.
But yeah, we had fun
We had super fun because
celebrating what your birthday.
Yeah, my
Is that-
birthday.
Okay.
because I mean the dinner was also fun, the bar was also fun, but Lee and I went to see the World Cup
In the middle of the street at -1 degrees.
and it was really fun because it was Korea against
Portugal.
Yeah, and we thought we were gonna lose so hard, and it was super quiet. Like there were so many people there,
Yeah.
and we were super quiet because we were all nervous, right? It was like 6 minutes before the game ended,
Yeah.
and then this Sonny, right?
Sonny he assisted. It
Yeah.
was-
He just ran across the
Yeah.
court and go.
It was an exciting game though.
Yeah.
Like, it was
Oh,
pretty
it
good.
Everyone cheered, and
Everyone.
everyone just like strangers hugged each other and everything, and we were just like, "Oh my god!"
Oh yeah. And then when it was also the day that we went up the next level. What is it called?
The round of 16.
Yeah, round of 16.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, we went out and it was so cold. We were sitting
Oh, it was.
just literally on the asphalt on the street.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then people were the one bringing like the
Like blankets
yeah,
and
and then
They brought mats
Uh-huh.
to sit on. People were sitting on
I
cardboard.
thought it was like prepared.
No.
But we had to bring it, and I had a blanket, right?
Yeah.
So instead of covering my thighs and stuff,
Just
I just had to sit on it because the floor was so cold. My butt was like freezing.
I was okay because I had leggings under my jeans, but then after a while it did get cold. And I was freezing and it was so cold, and then I got home and I was so exhausted. I was like, I need to get
Because
into
it
bed.
snowed.
Oh yeah,
remember?
it snowed. Oh my god! On the way back home,
It was the first snow I
yeah.
saw this year.
It was the first snow in Seoul, but I got off at the furthest at Wonchimni, which is like a 30-minute walk from my house, and I couldn't like get on another subway because it was the last subway. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna call a cab from there and just go to my house. It's not that expensive. I was trying to call a cab, but there's like 20-30 other people trying to call cabs around me. So
By
I,
the
like,
way, this
stopped.
was at 3 a.m.
Yeah, it was at 3 a.m. It was -2 degrees outside. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to walk home. I walked home, and it started snowing. I'm like, yeah, this day can't get it any better, any worse, right? So I got home. I left everything. There's like a trace from the door to my bathroom of clothes. Yeah, I just took everything off. I was like, taking everything off from the door.
One at a time.
Yeah. I got ready for bed. I got into bed. The next morning, I woke up so sick.
Right, and she called me and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, fine. I'm going."
Is that
up."
why you're coughing?
I was so sick. I could not move my body. Okay, let's talk about dates today. Okay. So between a hangout and a date, how do you differentiate a hangout and a date? You go out with a guy, just only you two. How do you know it's like a hangout, and how do you know it's a date?
The first and the most important thing is how you guys, the two of you, think about the relationship. I think that's what's important.
Okay.
So, for example, if I went out with this guy who I thought was just a friend, a friend from college, but the other dude who I'm going out with thinks it's something that is going to turn out into a relationship, that would be a date.
Okay.
But if both of us think it's just like oh shit, we're just hanging out because we have time.
I think the biggest difference is how the plan was arranged. So if it was like just hey, do you want to go like grab food or something, but it was kind of last minute, you just go and hang out. Whereas if you like ask them out to like make time and it's all like pre-arranged, then it's a date.
Oh, I understood.
Do you understand what I mean?
Okay, so if it was something like, oh shit, I have time,
Yeah,
let's go out.
Let's go. That's a hangout.
But if it's like, okay, let's set a date for us to meet.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go watch a movie. And we're gonna eat in this restaurant.
Yeah,
that's
it's all pre-arranged.
Okay.
I think that is like the biggest.
Yeah.
What about you, Lee?
I think for me, it's sort of what Lala had said as well, but I feel like at least it's when at least one of us has feelings for the other person. Like, not necessarily...
It's a date?
Yeah. Like, not necessarily both of us have to have feelings, but if one person has feelings, it's a date. But not all the time, right? Right? Like, it could totally be platonic in the way that...
Lee, do you remember when we... Oh, shit. When we... Was that a date?
No, I don't want to say my other point. My other point that there needs to be a spark in a date, but...
Oh, there was a spark there.
Okay, so maybe there was a spark.
So what we're talking about is when we were in high school, we went on a double date with Lee's someone.
It was
Lee's fling.
Yeah, my fling.
Lee's
At the
fling,
moment.
and then my ex-boyfriend. And we went to like this movie theater that was like premium,
Yeah.
It was like kind of like a VIP movie theater. So it was kind of like a sofa, comfy, couple seats. And the boys kind of set this like seat up where we were just like separated from each other.
Oh yeah, because we wanted to sit together, like on the same row. And the boys were like, no, we're going to buy the tickets. So they went ahead and bought the tickets, and they bought them on different rows.
And we were watching a horror movie, right?
Ah, yeah. And they chose.
And then, my ex-boyfriend and I, we were just like cuddling and stuff. But this Lee and this fling right there acted like nothing happened. But when we turned around, they were like hugging and stuff.
Oh my god.
Yes, that happened.
Is this the first time you hear about this?
Oh my god. It's the first time I'm getting filled in.
They were hugging and stuff, and they were like, oh my god. And we were like, oh my god. And then I
When
remember,
was this?
In high school.
10th.
Yeah, like in 10th grade, I think. Yeah, 10th grade. And I remember talking with my ex then, and we were like, oh shit, look back, but don't act like, don't act too...
Wait, no,
Obvious.
you guys were in the back, though.
No, we were in the front, Lee. We were in the front. And then you guys were teasing us, and you guys were like, "Oh my god, we saw you guys cuddling," and we were like, "Oh yeah, us too."
It was speaking.
I remember. Anyways, that went off topic.
Oh my god.
Oh. Was there a spark there, Lee?
Okay, yeah, I guess.
At the moment.
At the moment, there was a spark. I don't know. Honestly, I've never been on a date
Like a proper date.
Yeah, like a proper date. Like, after I graduated high school, like, nothing childish. So, like, I don't know what a date feels like. I don't know. You know, so, honestly, I basically have no opinion other than the very limited knowledge that I have from books and movies. So, like, in my mind, if you dress up, it's a date, and if you don't, it's not a date.
Oh, that actually makes sense, though.
I also kind of have that, like, because I was also thinking about it, because I feel like you can arrange, I know I said, like, the arrangement part is what differentiates a hangout and a date for me, but I was thinking about it, and, like, in college, like, there are, guy friends that we've had to pre-arrange like a hangout because that's how shit works in the adult world. Like, you have to arrange your times to be able to meet, and that it's not necessarily a date. So it's like,
it's a hangout.
Yeah, it's a hangout. So
I feel like dressing up makes a valid
so like if you're
point.
getting ready for it,
right?
Like you,
But I feel like also you can have a date in sweats and a hoodie.
yeah,
That's true. I've done
that
that
is
a lot
very
of times.
true.
So, I don't know.
See, it's all about feeling.
Yeah, it's all about the
How
feelings.
you feel about that person and that
That's
situation.
Someone take me on a date.
I'll take you out.
And then
on
the
a
getting
date.
touchy thing.
There needs to be feelings. There needs to be romance. Oh my god, Lala, you seriously... Ugh, that story.
Would you do the same if you went back?
Yes, definitely.
I mean, there isn't, like, anything I regret about it.
Yeah, because it was pretty fun.
It was a fun date.
It was cool.
I think we went to have food after.
Yeah, we did.
Is that the Applebee's?
Shit, how do I remember all this?
We always went to Applebee's to the point that one time we were almost banned from Applebee's, remember? Was that not with you? No, that was with you.
I think it was with
Remember
me. Why were we banned, though?
Because we spilled the ketchup, and we spilled the salt, and we spilled the water. We were just making a whole mess that day.
Y'all.
Did we do that on purpose?
No, it was all an accident, but we were just... But that wasn't our double date day. That was...
a hangout.
Yeah, that was a hangout, yeah.
With them, though.
Yeah. And other people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Our date was...
It was pretty fun. I would say it was fun.
You know, one time I went on a date with him with your ex third wheeling.
God damn.
And then?
Oh!
What?
No, that's as far as it's gonna go. The rest is off the record, y'all.
No. There was... Okay, so, like, I think it was one of our first dates with the fling. And I was like, okay, I don't really want to go, alone with him on a date. So I called one of my friends to third wheel, and I was like, hey, do you want a third wheel? And she was like, yeah, sure. And I get there, and her ex, Lala's ex, which is my fling's best friend, or was, he's also there. So he came to third wheel as well. So I brought my friend. He brought his friend. We didn't tell each other that. So now it's basically like a double date.
Right. And I think my ex liked her. No?
I don't know. I don't know.
Really?
Maybe? No, because she was with the other guy, remember?
Oh, she was with our other friend's cousin.
So,
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. And, So basically, we went on this double date, and he also got the tickets on different rows, and I was like, okay, you know what, whatever. It was a movie as well, and I don't remember much, but that was the first time where he held my hand. I remember.
You guys held hands? Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah, that was the first time he held my hand, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
What made it not pull through, that relationship? Or that situationship?
Him.
Yeah.
Oh, remember?
Remember he went back to his ex?
Oh my god, he was such a... Okay, we're not going to talk about
Oh, and his ex thought that he was cheating on her with me.
Oh my god, yes.
Really?
Oh my god.
I didn't know that.
Oh my god. Okay, so like apparently there was this theme going around in our school where cheating was like a thing. And so
And cheating was a thing.
and so we were in PE or something, and we were sitting in the course and we're in the same group or something like that. And they were talking about how they caught their friend cheating with another girl or something like that. And then she turns to me. We weren't sitting together, but we were sitting in the same area. And she turns to me and she sort of gives me the side eye and goes, yeah, it looks like cheating is a trend here.
I think I remember, though. Was I there?
I don't know.
I think I was there.
Somebody was there. Somebody was there with
Because
me.
all I knew was that, like, you were upset because you felt used, that he was just, like, you were, like, the,
I was the backup. I was B plan. I was the fallback.
Yeah.
I was upset about that, but I mean, I remember the first time that I sort of like went into this fling with him. I told myself, I was like, hey, you know, you're the backup. You know, I talked myself out of it, and I was like, okay, don't go too deep into it. So I didn't. But yeah. So basically, the ex, which he went back to, thought that he was cheating on her with me, because I think she either thought that we were dating or thought that he was still talking to me after he got back with her, or he got back with her while he was having the fling, and I didn't know. Like, whatever the situation is, she thought that he was cheating on her with me, and honestly, I really wanted to be friends with her. She was really nice and rich, but it didn't work out, so whatever.
Yeah, he was a dick. He
still-
knows he's a dick.
He still is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He was a big dick, though. I really didn't like him.
A lot of people didn't. But then a lot of people did.
For different reasons.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
In the case of a date, though, who pays for the first date?
You know, Shock said this. He said, whoever asked for the date.
Yeah.
And I 100% agree.
I agree.
I agree.
That is...
Whoever asked.
Because a lot of people still have the mindset that the guy has to pay for the first date.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think it's whoever asked.
But I feel like most of the time guys ask, which is why guys pay.
I don't think that's why guys pay, but
Society's construct made it.
yeah. Like, if you were to ask Lala, would you pay?
Yeah, I pay most of our dates.
Really?
Yeah. Well, not most of it, but I pay more than he does just because I have an income. I mean, he does too, but I have a bigger income.
Right, and in her case, where she's been dating for a while and they still go on dates, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Who pays that?
Oh, it's half-half.
Half-half.
Yeah, I pay with my card, and then he gives me through the bank.
Really?
Or it's either, because we go on dates like the whole day, right? So he either, gets the tickets for the movies, and then I pay for lunch.
Yeah.
Like something like that.
That's what
Yeah,
I would think
yeah.
too. It's like, if you get lunch, I'll get whatever's next, or like...
Yeah, me too. I feel like in that case, half or yeah.
But I usually like it if it's the exact amount of money.
Really?
Yeah. I like to make...
So like 50-50.
So like you don't... None of you feel like you owe the other one something?
Mm-hmm. That's what I usually prefer. But I don't know if he does. But anyway, so I usually just tell him, just send me through the bank.
I feel like that's something you need to like communicate with your partner.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, because there's guys who won't let you pay for dates.
Right.
Oh, I know. I know a guy like that. Anyways, next.
If
No, now that you brought it up, yeah.
I want to ask though, like if your partner is someone who's like who won't let you pay, how would you feel? Like
My fling was like that. My fling wouldn't let me
Really?
pay. Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Really?
The only one I had.
But he's so cheap. Like he's
yeah,
so...
that's what I was gonna say. I was just like,
Yeah, he wouldn't. I like.
He knows you're rich too.
Well, all his girlfriends has been rich.
That's true.
Because all his girlfriends were from
That's
school.
true. The ex that we were talking about, that one was another level, guys. Like another level.
Level rich, yeah. No, but yeah, he wouldn't let me pay for dates. The movie theater as well. He paid for mine, and your ex paid for yours.
Oh, I remember. Well, because they asked us to go out.
Oh yeah, they were like, "No, it was our idea."
No,
the
it
double
wasn't.
date.
It wasn't our idea.
Yes,
It wasn't.
no, it was.
No, it wasn't. It was because my ex-boyfriend wanted to go out with me, and it was when we weren't dating, and your fling, obviously, because he's such a nosy person, was like, "Oh my god, let me help! Yada, yada, yada. Let me bring Lee with me, so that you guys won't be awkward." And we're like,
"Oh, so we went on multiple double dates."
I think we went on like 2.
Yeah. Okay.
2, and then the reason we stopped was because your fling went back to his ex. So,
Yeah.
And then I was in like a pretty stable relationship
Yeah.
with my ex.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, now we can go on dates alone. So yeah.
I remember one time, our whole group, we were a pretty big group. We were like 6 girls and like 3 guys.
More than
4
6.
guys.
4 or 5 guys.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we went to the movie theater one time, all of us together, and one of the guys wanted to sit with me, but my fling is part of that group, and he was like, "No, I want to sit with her." Remember? And so they had to talk it out, and I remember my fling came to me and in private, and he was like, "Are you really gonna let him sit with you?" And I said, "Oh, he wants to sit with me." Like, I was playing hard to get.
I remember when we had that time. When we were given an opportunity to play hard to get. It was pretty fun. I remember because we went to like this movie. Oh.
Wait, but hold on. But in the end, the guy who asked to sit with me ended up sitting with Soy. I remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and my fling ended up sitting with me.
Oh.
And we were being hella loud in the movie theater, and the friend that came to third wheel with me, and she was like, "You guys were being so loud. You guys were like in the movie theater alone."
So yeah, I feel like whoever asked on the date
Pays for the date.
pays, but it's not like a rule. Like if you want to pay 2, then you guys can both pay, you know?
Yeah, right.
And usually dates don't just end with like the food, right?
Mm-hmm.
You also go to a cafe, or you go watch a movie, or you go somewhere. I feel like the second one, the other person
Gets it.
should maybe pay. Mm-hmm.
But I feel like also if it's like a one-sided thing, if it's only the guy who likes the girl and the girl doesn't like the guy, and she doesn't want to pay, I don't think she has to.
True, but
really? Okay, I get that, but I feel like if I'm going out to eat with someone that I don't have feelings with, but I know has feelings for me, I wouldn't let them pay for me because it makes an excuse to meet again or go somewhere else where, like I owe them something.
Yes.
I owe them a next meeting. That was what I was going to say. Like, I want to make it clear. Like, I'm going to split it to the cent if I'm, like, meeting with a guy. Like,
but what if you slightly like him?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's a very what if.
Would you guys rather have a boyfriend who's in the same major, or a boyfriend who's in the same college, or a boyfriend who is in a different college?
The second one is boyfriend who is in the same college but not in the same major.
Not in the same.
That one.
Same.
Why?
Because if you're in the same major, it, let's say you have arguments or you break up, you just cannot avoid that person, and you forcefully have to see them. And if they're in a completely different college, it's really hard to match times to, like, meet or see each other. Whereas if you're in the same college, yet in a different major, it's much easier to be able to arrange, like, oh, let's at least grab food together during our break, or go study at the library together, or commute together. It's so much more
convenient.
Yeah, I feel.
Yeah, I agree. It's because in college, college is a big place, right?
Yeah.
There's so many people there. Except, like, if it's in the same major, people know each other pretty well, especially in Korea. So if you date someone in the same major, usually when you break up, there are gonna be gossips, like words.
There's so many rumors
that are just gonna travel through and then come back to your ears.
Yeah.
So that's pretty, not cool and pretty painful to hear. So I don't think I would want to do, like, I wouldn't want to date someone in my major. There was actually this guy who asked me out from my same major, but that was probably, like, the biggest reason. Oh, not the biggest reason, but a reason I didn't consider him. The biggest reason was because I had a boyfriend. But if you're, like... But there are so many benefits to dating someone in the same college because you're in the same campus, right?
Right.
You travel together, you walk around together, you can get food together, as what Soy said. And also, you can just hang out and study until late night on campus with that person.
And also, like, you can do all that, yet it's a really wide place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if things
go wrong,
it's just...
You won't
You won't need to see that person.
And right now, my boyfriend's not from our school, so he goes to another college. And there are so many disadvantages to this because I only get to see him once a week, especially because it's very far. And I feel like the biggest thing that I like about this relationship is that if we do break up, then we would just never see each other again.
Right.
Like, you'd become strangers.
Yeah. Because there is no one I know from his school
exactly
that knows me.
Your mutuals don't match, right?
And there's just not a chance that there would be anyone.
It's very clean.
Yeah.
My opinion was I'd want someone who's in a different college, but in the same city.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because, like...
a college that is in the same city?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because Lala, your boyfriend,
is in a
not
different
in the city.
Right.
So, it makes it harder. But I feel like I want someone who's in the same city as me so that we can still see each other every day or, whenever we want to.
Right.
and we'd still like go on cafes and dates and study dates, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And but I would also have the luxury of like having my own, like we wouldn't have mutual friends basically.
Right.
And so when we split, there wouldn't be any conflict in that area.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, at the moment, just whoever wants me. Whoever wants me, whoever is available. I'm taking anyone.
She's open, y'all.
Open and single. And
Ready to mingle.
But yeah. But I feel like the worst case scenario would be the same guy in the same major with having the same classes with me all day. Every day.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
god. There was this thing I heard from my friend. There was this guy who, my friend's friend. Okay, so I don't know that person, but basically what happened was this dude was dating a girl from the same major, which is why they, you know, took the same classes the whole semester. And then right before exam week, the girl broke up with a guy, and it was the exam day, and then the professor passed out the papers, right? What?
I heard the professor passed out.
The professor passed out the papers, and they sat like next to each other because they were like, the seats were all taken and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And then the professor said something to them, was like, oh my god, you guys are sitting together even until the day of the exam. Congratulations.
That's so embarrassing.
I know. That happened. Okay, if you meet someone during a break, do you think it's cheating?
While you're in a relationship?
Well, I mean, it's a break.
Oh, like a break. A break from your relationship.
Yeah. So it's something like you guys are, you know, in like this really toxic relationship, or like you guys are going into arguments so often these days. So you guys are just like, oh my god, you know what? Let's take a break. I need a break. And you guys left.
For me, it depends. If it's like a break from the relationship, sort of like we need a break from our relationship to see where we stand with each other and with the relationship, then like, no, it's not cheating.
Okay.
But if it's a break, sort of like let's stop because we need to have time to ourselves, and sort of a break from not necessarily a break from him or the relationship, but I need time to organize my shit and get my shit together, then yes, it is cheating.
Oh, so if it's a break for myself, it's cheating. If it's a break for us, then it's not.
Right, yes.
Okay. Well, I feel like it's not cheating because you're in a break, so you get to decide what you want to do. I feel like the whole point of a break is to figure out whether I'm good without this person or not. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's the whole point of the break. Mm-hmm. Whether it's for yourself or whether it's for the relationship or us, you know. So one way to figure that out is to be with someone else, right? And I feel like it's fine if you do it during a break, except you guys have to talk about it, maybe. I don't know about that part.
But also, I feel like if it's if you get into another relationship with another person during the break, then yeah, it is cheating. So like it's gotta be like a
casual.
like a one night stand or like
one night stand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then that's not cheating. But if you start a whole another relationship, then it is cheating.
Makes sense.
What about you, Sai?
I feel like as long as the communication has been made that it's some sort of break, like whether it's let's take some time off because like this isn't working, or like I need time, like you're putting a break, a pause to the current relationship. So I wouldn't really consider it cheating, but like as Lee said, if you start a whole different relationship, like I just, aside from it being cheating, I just don't think it's respectful to
Both.
To either party.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to our last part of the podcast, which is the balance game.
Yay. Okay, so I brought a date who won't talk about themselves versus a date who only talks about themselves.
This is pretty clear for me, though.
Is
What?
it?
Yeah, because I would choose a date who only talks about themselves. Because, well, first, I have been in a relationship where a guy wouldn't really talk about what he feels or like what he's thinking. I mean, he was a really good guy, but I would always be like, you know, super curious about it, and I don't think it was healthy for our relationship. And I feel like going on a date with that person, you would want to know a little bit more about that person instead of talking more about yourself, because it's like a time to figure that person out, right? So I feel like listening to him would be good, and I like listening to people. So.
I agree. It also depends on what type of mood I am that day, but
All about the mood.
yeah, most of the time I think it would be who only talks about themselves, because I think I'm a pretty good listener, and I feel like I could get a lot about the guy if he talks about himself, you know, out of the first date. So it would sort of like set the mood, or sort of like set the bar in where I stand in this on this man, or like where, if I want the relationship to go on or not, you know, type thing. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, that's it for today's episode. Thank you for listening.
Goodbye.